All right, here's my home arcade that some of my people were curious about. So let me show some shit off. Here's a Street Fighter 2 in a XYBOTS cab. What do you think? Does that make it more valuable or less value? This is a true Street Fighter 2 era correct as far as the boards go inside. I believe 1991 was the date when I checked on it. But it looks like a true operator conversion. So somebody who had a XYBOTS cab that wasn't making money in the arcade, Capcom came in and they did this conversion. And I know some of you are paying attention. You can see that reflection right there. I do have a XYBOTS cab as well with some good artwork. It's a shame. This room gets pretty crowded. I'm probably going to have to find a bigger space, but I do have the XYBOTS artwork. I don't even know if I'm saying it correctly because I didn't remember this game till I bought it. I never played this when I was younger, but it seemed like a cool cabinet, and I was like, let me pick this shit up. And come to find out, it's actually a collector's item. A cool thing about this game is it's one of the only ones I know. There's probably a couple more out there. You have front, back, side, in your fires, but you can also like twist this around to make your guy look, if you can picture him just kind of pivoting, to change his viewpoint to shoot your gun at the alien robots or whatever you're fighting in the mazes to get out. It's cool because you don't know where you're going. You got to find keys. Blitz 99. I had to pick this up when I saw one locally for sale. This is obviously a favorite among guys when they come over. You can do 4-player action. It's so competitive. Play 2 versus 2 and you play while drunk. It's so easy. You got 3 buttons, so nobody really needs to know the rules. You just pop your quarters on. It's free play in the house, so get everybody going. And yeah, it's just a really cool game. And then this one I picked up was a MAME cabinet I found online. Some guy was telling us, just saying not working. Had some old Dell computer inside. Come to find out, when I looked at the back, it still had the serial numbers. This is originally a Captain America 4-player. So I have a good project in mind. I have pretty much all the parts for it. I don't want to say what I'm doing in this video, but if you want to follow me, it's going to be done in the next month or two. Maybe I'll show a little progress work on the Instagram, or maybe some little YouTube shorts. But this is gonna a little bit back to life, something I've never seen. Make it definitely a 4-player. It's not going to be a Captain America though. I don't think it's worth the restoration. I don't really like that game. If it was a 4-player X-Men, I'd probably go for it, but got some vintage neon I need to hook up. Daytona USA 2. This game is so cool. I loved the first one. I remember I had a Sega Saturn. I used to play that thing for hours. I'd go to the arcade, pump so many quarters in these things, especially the ones that have the moving carts. I'm not that baller, so I don't have the ones with the solenoids, hydraulics, whatever they are. But this is the Daytona USA 2 Battle to the Edge. The graphics are so cool. Uses Sega Model 3 technology. If anyone, though, that owns these or has worked on them can tell you, it's a love-hate relationship. When they're working, it's some of the best games ever. Some of the best graphics of the time. It's a lot of fun playing them. The racing style is so cool. But when something goes wrong on them, yeah, they're definitely a pain in the ass. So one works, one is down right now, and it was just out of the blue. Obviously, my arcade's indoors, air conditioned, controlled, and one day I go to power it up, and the one on the left just doesn't want to work for whatever reason. So when I get some time, I'll work on that. Definitely want to get working again because this is so fun to play against anybody. You just sit down and start racing them. Over here is a Street Fighter Alpha 3. Yeah, it's kind of rare. You never see them come up for sale. Even if you go on eBay, I feel like you don't find the boards or anything a lot too. So that's kind of why I thought I had to have it. It's a tough game to play. Those Street Fighter Alphas got really tactical. So the people that know what they're doing, they know what they're doing. I think this cabinet is originally a Ninja Gaiden. I'm not real sure. Maybe somebody will chime in and correct me on this one. I want to clean it up. I kind of like this cabinet. It looks a little old, even though it's a newer game. Maybe I'll swap boards with the Alpha 3 and something else and put an older fighting game in it. But I like it. It's just a cool game, and you only you only need the joystick and 6 buttons to play it. This was the one that started it all when I decided I'm gonna buy some arcade machines. And I honestly didn't even know I was gonna have an arcade room at my house until I kind of fell in love with the idea of having arcade machines. But Marvel vs. Capcom, it's just one of my favorites. This and number 2, if I ever get one. No, I don't have a number 2 yet. But that 4-player project I told you about earlier will probably play number 2. In fact, it will play number 2. But yeah, this is a lot of fun. I like this fighting game. It's, they stepped up the speeds. You can switch between multiple players. You have the hyper combo finishes, which just looks so cool. You get somebody's life down, you just own them. You just start blasting that hyper combo. So this is usually the game that's making us start screaming in here when we're all drunk and playing on the arcade. This is Powerputt. I had to have this. I was searching for so long. Yeah, you can find some on eBay that come up. You really don't see the full size cabinets like this. This was, designed when they made them to go in a bar somewhere. Still has the bill voucher. In fact, I've never even tried it. It blinks. It probably works. I have no idea. I've never tried the bill acceptor on this, but it's by the makers of Golden Tee. So if you ever played Golden Tee, it's the same style. You can kind of position your guy, and then you pull it back and throw it, and it's a miniature golf game. I just like it better. I was never a big fan of Golden Tee, but any bar that had these, I would pump so much money in and play it. I don't know why. I've just always been even on computers. I just love miniature golf games with the little obstacles and the graphics. This is one of the original ones, the first gen, I guess you would call it. Pretty sure I'm going to upgrade. I've been looking into it to go from the 3 course to the newer courses and better graphics. So we got to do a monitor swap. But even if I can't do it, I like it as is. But pretty sure this one's going to get upgraded. Love Powerputt, and you pretty much never see that. Most people have never seen one of these either. And you've probably looking at an eyeball on Killer Instinct. Anyone that loves fighting games, this is a classic. These machines are actually pretty pricey, and I did find a deal in Vegas, so it's one of those, I'll come pick it up right now, cash in hand. You got to do that. Most of the time, you're not going to be able to lowball anybody on these, and it's got the artwork on the side, which is pretty cool. Yeah, this was when Nintendo 64 era, so the graphics of the time. Now it looks a little funky, but at the time you're just like, wow, this kind of 3D rendering with these characters. They look cartoonish, but their 3D is the best way to put it. Nintendo 64 rareware. Picture the graphics of Donkey Kong Country, and people that fight. And I can't do it. I own the machine. I can't do it. When you do the combos, you can do a 64-hit ultra combo. I remember watching dudes doing it in arcades and thinking, how did you even learn how to do that? That was back when you had to buy a magazine to learn all the shit. But Killer Instinct's definitely one I'm going to hold on to a while and is in beyond excellent condition. So hopefully you guys drop me some likes. Let me know what you think of the arcade. Some of these I gotta get rid of. I gotta make room for some of the new stuff. I don't know if you caught the very beginning of this video when I was walking the doors, but I got something big that needs to go in here. Thanks for watching.